What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, redoptionagency.com. 22 years selling full-time on eBay. And hopefully today turns out better than yesterday. I got up about 5 this morning because Courtney needed to go out. And I had $0 for 3 hours. So my end of day is at 2 o'clock. So 2 to 5, there was nothing. So looked like there was kind of a shutdown last night. Starting about 11:30 Central Time. I had 1, 2, 3, 4 items sell in between 11:30 and 8 a.m. So, about 4 items in 8 hours. Again, yesterday, someone was saying that they couldn't accept an offer. So I noticed that again yesterday. So that's 5 weeks into that issue still happening. I wonder how many sales across the board has been lost in 5 weeks on offers not working properly. Kind of curious. So I did sell another Posh last night, which I already packaged up, boys' shoes, so that's good. Another Posh. And I got a listing removed, counterfeit item policy. And I don't know who controls these or who's the ones online doing these, but it definitely wasn't Budweiser because it wasn't counterfeit. It was a sponsor on a hat for a team that used to be River City Rascals. And one of the sponsors on the hat is Budweiser. So I don't know if this is somebody at eBay that does this and goes around, takes things off, because you don't get no strike or nothing against your account. They're just taken off and removed, which is weird. We had to remove your listing because it didn't follow our counterfeit item policy. We don't allow counterfeit items, replicas, or unauthorized copies, and it's not any of those. So I didn't call or anything, since it don't go against your account. It just really don't make any sense. And I've had something like this before, and it feels like just somebody behind the scenes who just sits on eBay flagging stuff because of their lack of knowledge or something. Items removed from this policy cannot be relisted. Please ensure that your future listings are for authentic items only. For these items, they should be described accurately and completely. It really makes no sense. But because it doesn't say it was done by Budweiser or anything, so cuckoo. Somebody don't know what they're doing. No policy violation has been recorded on your account. So, oh well, it doesn't make any sense to me. All right, so yesterday, let me go to sales, do it this way, so I can compare it to last year. Yesterday, Wednesday, August 23rd, only made it to $571.12, down 12% from last year. Selling cost 49.7, so just barely under the 50%. And net sales $255, down 35%, which is normal. And the thing about, somebody made a comment, I think I read it yesterday, about eBay don't want small items to sell anymore, but yet basically most of my items yesterday were all small items. My average price per item was $13.29, and that's lower than my average was before I started paying more attention to the, the average per cost, so per price. So it was like just a lot of media, low dollar media selling yesterday. So that theory's in the trash can. Because I've had more days than not where it seems like my higher dollar stuff is suppressed as opposed to my lower dollar stuff. So, which that seemed like the case yesterday, but ended up 43 items yesterday though, and that kind of shows you how it was more low dollar than the opposite. So this month as a whole compared to last year, we're August 24th today, and we're down 31.8%. So 32% down from a year ago. And 30% is not the economy. If it was down, say, 10-ish%, I would say economy. But 30% is it's beyond that. Selling cost this month, 45.2, so still under the 49 or 50, so that's good. Quantity sold, 878, down 30% there. So today, this morning so far, even with that blackout, we're at 9:30 a.m., $114 in sales. So 5 items sold. Let's see what the split was yesterday. All right, yesterday was more, the split was more on organic 14, promoted to 29. So I thought my organic should be around 15 nowadays. So that's more spot on, so that's good. And my big hat purchase has not paid. I was hoping selling all those hats yesterday would bump up the algorithm or whatever, but apparently had no effect. So this morning, 5 items, 3 organic, 2 promoted. Normally on the mornings, I have 0 organic or 0 or 1, and then the rest. So the fact that the organic's up 3 and the promoted something changed a little bit. What that was, I have no clue. So, all right. Hopefully today will end up better. Got a little haul here of my normal suspects, and then a little couple of oddballs. That's about it there. Let's go to questions and comments so I can get to shipping and get this knocked out for the day. Questions and comments. All right. Yeah, that's the problem with Etsy. They take money off the front end, so there's no incentive to send buyers your way. Plus, it's the same way with the merry-go-round visibility. I started selling there back in the mid-2000s. Did great the first year, and then they started allowing factories to sell there, and it tanked. Yay, James, you are my favorite YouTuber, reseller or not. It's you as a human. Well, thank you. And speaking of thank you, guys, another 2 vendors last night, and I think 1 earlier in the day. So thank you guys for the affiliates on the Vendu. And a few more orders of Giro packs. So thank you guys. Affiliate link still below, 10% Urban Picker. So appreciate that. $348 net per day with 52,000 items listed, not even including the cost of goods. They still cost something at some point. Alrighty then. How do they cost something at some point if they're paid off other than the ones that are in the storage locker? I'll let you figure that out. But see, here's the thing about people not really realizing. Would you take 300? Would you work a job where you get $348 in pay with the fees already taken out? No. Well, the taxes obviously are not. I only need $290 a day to make all my bills and live comfortably. So there you go. Everything else is bonus on top of that. Plus, it'd be more than that if eBay was working properly. So kind of stinks living at the line, but hey, I'd rather be living at the line than below the line. So yep, don't make sense to me either. And that's why you see me complain so much about the eBay issues in the site, because it is robbing a lot of money from a lot of sellers. But I'm not going down that road right now because I told myself I'm not going to. So we're not going to. I'm not going to get back into that headspace. So we all know the issues, and that's it. I am glad you said that, because everything you state is why I watch you. I love the life tidbits and side conversations in your videos. Like I always said, it's 100% authentic, and it makes me feel like you're having a one-on-one conversation. Keep doing you, James. Thank you. Josh Galt had an epiphany the other day on his live that eBay started making us do all these tedious item specifics because they knew they were going to implement the AI for description. Well, it's not just that. Even before, they probably even can't say if it was before they knew AI or not, but their whole scenario was the drop-down menus on the side. That's what the item specifics were originally started for. Of course, now it's probably going to play into the AI, but originally I do believe, not 100% of course, that it was all based on the side scrolling, the breakdown thing. If you play with it, you'll see it generates the description based on item specifics for you, specifics you have and have not filled out. I've tried it several times, and it puts in things that are not what the item is, and it pulls in words that are not in the item specifics, and it kind of, I wish I could remember the last one. I played with it with something, and it described it as something it was not. And I was like, no. And that was the last time I touched it. Because you are accountable for everything that's in your listing. So if you say if the AI says it's something and you don't read that AI, and then somebody does read it and it comes back on you and causes a negative or gets it taken down because it's spamming, because you can't put keywords that don't relate to the item into the... So yeah, it's too iffy for me, and who has time to read through a paragraph or two paragraphs every time you try to put up a listing? Because if you don't read it, it will kick you in the butt. I tried it total 4 times, and 3 times I deleted it. 1 time I left it. So I am, at this point, not even going to touch it. So I think you give little nuggets of wisdom on every aspect of life. Authenticity is stamped all over everything you do and say. Support from Scotland. Nice. So true. Reuse, recycle. Recycle should be the big message. Hello, we just started our new eBay store, enjoying the replay. Thanks for sharing. Thank you for being here. And I think it's a good time to start eBay right now, being that you're starting at the bottom while eBay's at the bottom. So there's nowhere to go but up for you. And you can kind of build your eBay around the issues that are going on. Make sure you concentrate on high sell-through items only right now. If you're starting a store, that's going to be the biggest key. So, and you're still going to have days where things that should be high sell-through, should be selling, but don't. So definitely stay with high sell-through and ready to start out until eBay gets back on track to being the type of store where just all kinds of common stuff moves, which it still does. It's just a little bit harder right now. I just saw a warning on cross-listing. It may be a violation of eBay terms of service. Has anyone else got idea? Never seen that. And I haven't read it, so I don't know the details. And it's been a thing I've been doing Bonanza crossover for well over 10 years, and True Gatherer too, which I sold a True Gatherer yesterday too. So, and I'm trying to remember if I remember any specifics about anything, but if it wasn't allowed, they wouldn't allow these sites or these programs to be able to pull from eBay. So I think the first thing that would happen is they would block all that. But like I said, I haven't read the terms. I don't know too much about details, but like I said, it's been going on for 10 plus years. Never been an issue, so I wouldn't worry about it until there's an issue. So the amount of resellers on eBay who are probably cross-listing, if they terminated those accounts, they would lose a lot of money. Because it's not only us, it's the big companies that do it too. Like the Declutter I talked about. Companies that have 1 million, 2 million listings, they cross-list. They have their items on every website out there. So there would be a lot of money lost if they did not allow that for one reason or another. Ain't just us little folk. I think people throw shade because they are unhappy themselves. That's normally 9 times out of 10. Josh, is when people are unhappy, misery loves company. And you see it in all aspects of life, not just people online, but just people who are having a bad day stuck in traffic. They would come into work being a little upset and might get a little testy with somebody. But yeah, for the most part, people are unhappy with their lives because of their situation, and hopefully they figure that out eventually. So, I really enjoy your YouTube channel. It doesn't have to be about just reselling. It is about life and obstacles in it. I lost both my dogs during COVID and will never get over it. I just have to deal with it. Thanks for the content. I'm sorry about puppies. Puppies make me sad when they die. I like you, sweet friend. We all need to keep our minds open and learn every day. I am 63 and I never stop taking it all in. These are comments on my thing yesterday because I see people on, and I just got to stop viewing other videos. I'll see people in comments talking about me and saying I'm a hypocrite. That person never got back to me. I go, and I was polite. I was like, well, what did I do to make you think I'm a hypocrite? Because that's the last thing I want to be is a hypocrite. And of course, they never respond. It's just people who just throw out names just to make themselves feel better. Somebody who's unhappy with their life. But then you have other people who say, well, I left James because he brought politics into the video. Because I said I don't like politics, you left? Because you're so indebted to politicians that you left my video because I don't like politicians? So that's what kind of stemmed that. And there was a few others I saw. One says, I wish he would I left because he don't just talk about reselling. Yeah. There's plenty of those channels out there. If that's your thing and that's all you want to hear. Try to make it more well-rounded so it could appeal to anybody and helps me to talk about it. Because as a lot of you guys say, and I've said, we usually are doing this all day by ourselves. So it's like company. So a lot of you guys say you have the video rolling in the background, So it's company. It's company. Come and knock on my door. I've been waiting for you. I don't remember that one too well. Oh, did I get my Poshmark affiliate thing yet? I'm over $400 on Poshmark. Yay! 403. And it hasn't lit up as Posh Ambassador yet. It said could take 24 hours. But some of these comments are from that. Like this one, I've never noticed any perks from it. I didn't even bother to become Posh Ambassador 2. I think it just offers bragging rights for some. I did see, and somebody said that you get free follows or automatic follows or something like that. But another one says, I personally thought it was a waste of my time. I think most people think it's a status symbol more than anything. And there are a few perks supposedly. Good luck. And well, thankfully I didn't have to put much effort in. So if you know, you know. I was listing a Christmas ornament last week and it had 40 optional specifics. I agree that the specifics have to do with someone just trying to keep their job. Mercari has been great this month and it's my first month on Mercari. Seems like a lot of hobby sellers on Mercari. Just look at some of the titles and photos. Item specifics is the seller teaching and feeding the AI beast for the future. Somebody watched one of my old videos I did 5 years ago where I was showing what sold. And I looked at it after they replied on it. They go, man, I missed those old shipping prices. I looked at it, I was charging $275 for medium mail. Just 5 years ago. $275 for medium mail. Now it's $395. So I charged $425. So that's a big increase in 5 years. I do okay to fare on Mercari, but I don't have many items as many items as you. Keep going and day on. Trying to get back into my day on headspace, where I come up with a little motivation thing for myself for the day and share it with you guys and stuff. But it's just been kind of blah lately, just kind of riding the day a little bit. Reforming into that don't worry about eBay headspace and just kind of flowing back into me again. So just been kind of like I wasn't even like right now I'm like, do I even really want to do a video? I'm like, yeah, do the video. You do it every day, Monday through Friday. You just do it. It doesn't have to be all super bells and whistles every day, just do. Just do. Because at the end of the day, I benefit from it too. So, not just monetarily on YouTube, but just the talking aspect of it. Just because when I talk, I'm not one of those people who talk just because you can tell the people who love to hear their voice and they just talk and talk and talk about things. When I talk about it, I always kind of digest what I'm saying and evaluating myself. Like, Why did I say that? Why did I say it that way? My mind's always like a computer where it's just always trying to process what I'm taking in and what I'm actually putting out also, and computing it all, and just kind of even what would you call it, evaluating myself in my current state, in today's position, so. And I kind of stopped doing that when I was so upset with the eBay issues. I would just get on that little tyrant and just go down that road and not stop. So now that I've got options open, Posh, Mercari, I have something else to think about instead. So. All right, let's just go. Let's get some stuff done. All right, we've got 16 orders here. Let me make sure I did pull them all. I do believe so. I still couldn't get the scan form to print up last night. That's why I went ahead and shipped more too. I tried to get it to print up, it wouldn't print. I had 11 items that needed to be shipped, so I went ahead and shipped those 11 items, and it still wouldn't let me print. So just in case, it had something to do with that. Oh, combined order. Okay. Combined it is. So, and my numbers dropped a little bit more, so. The scan late number percentage thing. And no international overnight. That kind of stinks. And I think there was only like one international yesterday, if I remember correctly. I'll have to look when I print out my scan form, but for pirate ship, but it's what normally happens overnight when it feels like there's a shut off, because the internationals kind of vanish. All right, first up, we've got this thick, like, stocking winter hat. Nice hat. No brand in it. I think the tag. Oh, wait, here's a tag. Still no brand, just a tag. Anyway, sold for $8. Headed to New York. We got 6. And Colin P. Next up, I put this up yesterday, and I already sold. It's a little 2-way radio picked up at the Benz the last time I was there. Got the box, all the antennas. The cords have never even been unraveled. But only sold for $15. Head to Millersburg, Pennsylvania. Would fit in there. It's a little bit bigger than that. I don't want to just slap a thing on there. I didn't really get much cross-listing done yesterday. So I might take one day this week and just sit down for a few hours and just cross list as much as I can. Mike B. Somebody made a comment yesterday, I think it was on Josh's video. And their comment was, eBay will be dead in 10 years. And my first thought is, I won't fit in there. Do you know how many people have said that in the past since eBay started? I don't think they're going anywhere unless they put themselves out of business with all the issues. All right, we got, are you ready for a DVD lot? Yeah. Meaning they break down before they go out of business. We got Night Watch DVD. We got Bug. Taking advantage of my buy two or more, get free shipping. Solaris. The Contender. Yes, the Contender. AC/DC. I thought I pulled that. I know I pulled it. What did I do with it? Leave it lay over here? What did I do with the DVD? I know I pulled it. Okay. Don't you love when you do this to yourself? Alright, I know I pulled it. I pulled it from over there. I had an item in my hand, sat it down, pulled the box down, pulled the DVD out, put the box up. I wonder if I accidentally put it back in the box. Was there two in that box, maybe? No? So I go to pull it, but I didn't pull it, I guess. Weird. Alrighty then. So we got 6 DVDs. Sold for a total of, well, it doesn't break it down for me there, so let me. For a total of 30, 26, 36, $39. It was a combined order, so I had to add them together. $39. Since they bought more than 2, they get the free shipping on the media mail. My mind has been like weird this morning. Like I've been diving in the wrong boxes, not just once, not just twice, but like 4 times. I'm like, James, you're looking in the wrong number. So something's moving a little slow in there today. Something's not processing properly. Come on. Maybe I just need a day off. 111. What's that? Day off? I have no idea what that is. Now, where did I put my second pen? See, I'm telling you. I am having an off day today. I know you saw it on the video, because this was behind the glue. But then if that's the case, then where's my other pen? All right, James. Where is my other pen? Did I lose it, or did that just get behind the glue without me paying attention? Make sure I didn't put my marker in there. It wouldn't have been, because you would have used it. Next up, we've got Michael Bolton CD promo single. Sold for $8.50, headed to Portland, Oregon. In the Giro Pack, if you need bubble mailers or poly bags, Giro Pack is the lowest price online right now. And you can save even more by using the code URBANPICKER. Save 10% at checkout. Affiliate link below. Thank you. All right, we're going down to 4. And Leon. Where is my other pen? That's going to bug me until I find my pen. Dag nabbit. Don't want it to fall in the trash or something. Nice. A Jordan hoodie for $32. Next up, we've got Unknown Letter T hat. Sold for $11. Staying in the area, St. Louis. Dun, 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 dun. Matthew B. Next up, we got Sophie B. Hawkins on cassette single. Headed to Southgate, Michigan. Sold for $4. In the slick black Giro Pack, it's got solid glue that sticks back. That's going to be a 2, probably. Alex G. Alex G. Next up, we got a St. Louis Cardinals Cooperstown camp. Headed to Memphis, Tennessee. Sold for $12. All good. Juicy. Next up, we had a Rams hat. Headed to Kodiak, Alaska. And sold for $12. Where's AK, Arkansas? No, I'm brain farting. Oh, because AL is Alabama. Alaska. Yeah, that's what I thought. Go with your first, James. Your first thought. Normally right. First instinct. First instincts are normally right. Eddie K. These glasses are all jacked up today. Alright, next up we've got Noise Union Fade Away CD. And headed to Thousand Palms, California, and sold for $20. It's going to be 4. Oh, 2 cents cheaper, even to California. All right. Yeah, that is Max K. Stay. I got silver on me. All right. Next up, we got Al Jarreau, Michael Franks, CD promo single. We got 2 CD promo singles, and that's why I like these. Headed to Monterey, California. Sold for $8. Dunk, dunk, dunk. That will be 4. And up higher there. Sean M. Next up, we got an itchy nose. That's going to snap from sneezing. We've got a Blue Collar Christmas. Just put the CD up day before yesterday, I think, or yesterday, day before yesterday. Headed to Florida, sold for $5. Ground Advantage. Stacy D. Next up, we got some Merrell, however you pronounce it. Some sneakers. Performance footwear. And they sold for $25. Headed to Arkansas. AR's Arkansas. One, 6, 15, 13, 5, 2. Ken A. Ken A. Next up, we've got Katy Country Fiddlin'. Cassette tape sold for $16. So there we go. In the slick black Gero pack. And that's going to be... Oh, that one's not saved for some reason. Headed to Nashville, Tennessee. Katie K. Oh, she bought her own cassette. That's cool. And that Noise Unit CD, I think one of the guys in the band bought that because he sent me an email. So that's 2 artists bought their own stuff from me today. What's the odds of that? Next up, we've got some Saucony women's, or Brooks, sorry. Trust me, I'm out of it today for some reason. Some Brooks women's shoes. Headed to Sarasota, Florida. Sold for $15. I've got to wake up, man. Wow. I'm having a rough start. A little rough start today, but that's all right. That's okay. Sarasota, Florida, Vanessa S. Vanessa S. Oh, that's probably what I did. I pulled the wrong one out of the box. I went to grab it, and I probably grabbed the one beside it. I didn't pay attention. Now I got it figured out. I'll be okay. Our Kind of Trader book on CD sold for $8. Headed to Portland, Maine. And a bigger orange gel pack. Michael K. All right. Biggie Bam. Review, purchase, confirm and print. eBay's quiet. Why are you so quiet, eBay? Print labels. Give me some sales. I miss the days of the ching-chings all the time. I got a couple of offers here. Let's go. We got Michael K. Do not fall. Thank you. Well, at least my reflexes are still there. What are you getting caught on? Stop it. You're being a pain. Don't make me ground you. Vanessa S. Put you in timeout. I will spank your butt and put you in timeout, boy. My mom used to use a fly swatter on us. Katie K. A fly swatter. A fly swatter. Ken A. Stop. let it fall. You're driving me nuts here. You're driving me crazy. Stop. Good Lord. Stacy D. When I came into the boys' life, Max K. Adrian was 3 and Alex was 10. Alex was out of control. You could just tell his father just wasn't good to him. And so he just was rebellion and stuff. And so my first tactic was just to become his friend and say, hey, stop stop disrespecting your mom like that, and, trying to give solid advice why you don't want to go down that road. And as they were getting older, and it worked, he straightened out and started doing a whole lot better in school and stuff like that. And Matthew B. And then Adrian was pretty easy because I got to groom him from 3, so he was already groomed in to be more of my ideals and stuff like that. But I never had to spank him or anything like that, except for one time. And I didn't spank, it was more just a swat on the ass to get their attention, because I know what a spanking feels like. But because I used to always just get I call it nose to nose. When they were mad at me, like my mom used to use a fly swatter, but with me, I got nose to nose with you, and you don't move. No matter how much spit is coming out of my mouth as I'm yelling at you, you do not move. My nose is on your nose, and I'm telling you the way it is. But this one time, both of them did, I can't remember what they did, but I was nose to nose with them, and they tried to pull away, and I just smacked the ass. I said, no, back to nose. That was the only time I ever had to do that. But it was more not really a hurt thing. It's more just attention, like, hey, I am in charge here right now, type of thing. What I say is the way it is. But they turned out fine. So that was the only time I ever had to do anything. So I'm not opposed to. I'm opposed to spanking like I had spanking, even though I feel I came out fine. But you didn't have to go to that extreme. I think it could have been. I think mine, and it may be viewed differently by other generations, but I feel mine was the perfect blend of don't spank, but get their attention spank type of thing. Which, in my opinion, that's my opinion, but it worked, and they're fine, and they're not traumatized or anything. At least I don't think they are. But I'm not traumatized by my spankings. It's just, it didn't have to be that brutal. Or intense, I should say. It wasn't really brutal, more intense. So, but I think they were like 11 and 4. No, he wasn't 4. He had to be more than 4. Adrian. No, it wasn't too long after. It was maybe a couple of years, within a couple of years. But never had to do that again, and the face-to-face things, even if they did something wrong, that was only probably no more than four or 5 times doing that. And then they were just straight as an arrow. So never got into trouble after that or nothing. Did everything by the books, got good grades, all the good stuff. So hopefully it was a success. I mean, I feel from my point of view it was a success because they're all successful now and they're doing fine. They didn't get into trouble and didn't wind up doing drugs or smoking or drinking. And, well, they drink a little alcohol here and there, but when they go out there with their friends. But, I feel I did a decent job. So, anyway, where are we at now? What got me onto that statement? I don't even know. That conversation topic. Oops, I didn't do a printout. Do a printout. Scan form. You better work. You're losing too much of my items to scanning. Or not being scanned, I should say. So why does it generate during the day but it won't in the evenings? That makes no sense to me. Not always in the evenings. More times than not in the evenings. It's annoying. Let's see if we got anything on Pirate Ship to print out. And we've got one. One international in the last 24 hours, 2 internationals the last 48 hours. So that's not good. That's the first thing I see that goes down when I feel they have a turn off in the middle of the night. So, and then the whole theory of like re-indexing. So it's down off the international sites, and that's always like the last place it gets because it's the farthest away. I would think that's how the technology works. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. That's just a ignorant guessing theory. All right, 159 at 10:22. So I'm at least in the low end where I like to be, but we're going down even farther now, right? I forget what my percentage down was yesterday, but I think it wasn't this low. 19% down in the last 31 days. I should be up about 20% this time of year, not down 20%. So disheartening. But we're building the others. Building the others so I don't have to worry about it. And then when and if eBay does come back, I've got bonus on top of it. So we're building new roads here. So I'm just trying to repair my roads as I build them. Unlike eBay. But speaking on that topic, raising kids. That's what I think is causing most of the issues nowadays. It's just parents who don't care about what their kids do. Like, I've always said parents should be held accountable. Like, if your child kills somebody, you should have some accountability there, unless there's mental health issues. Like, if my boys did something like that, I'd feel like a total failure. Yes, charge me. I failed. Sorry. That's just, but that's somebody, I guess, I've always taken, not always, but for most of my life, take responsibility for something I've done or didn't do or whatever. So maybe we need if everyone's afraid to even just swat their kids on the butt to get their attention, maybe it's time to start holding parents accountable for their adolescent children. All right, I think that's all. I'm headed to the post office. I think Jan's off today. She is off today. Finally. She hasn't had a day off in 13 days, something like that. That Monday we went down to the bins. Today is Thursday. So, all right. All right, thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.